Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here on this Friday morning right before Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and then, of course, Sunday will be our Christmas Day. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. Our number is 757-5500. I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas, but we've got a lot of stuff going on, so let's get our weather first. That rain came through last night. I don't know about you, but it rained hard and heavy at my house just for a short period of time, but it really came down. I was looking at the report this morning. Panama City got about an inch of rain, and Mariana looked like they got about an inch and a half up there for you folks watching the show. The temperature this morning, 58 degrees here, 59 in Mariana, 66 in Apalachicola, and 53 back in the western viewing area. That front has come through now. Right now, stationed between St. Joe and Apalachicola as we speak. Getting on through, it's going to drop down a little bit, be in the 40s, but it's not going to be like a bark buster. So be aware of what's going on with the weather. The boating forecast, now tonight, it'll only get down to 54 tonight, but later on in the week, it's going to be down into the 40s. The water temperature is 62 right now inshore. Offshore, 74 degrees. That's not bad. But boating forecast, winds out of the south at 7 to 14 knots, seas 3 to 4 foot. You just want to be careful if you're getting out today. The river readings. We're going to have some good news here. The Apalachicola, Bluntstown, it's going to take a little bump here. It's going from a 0.4 to a 0.8. But then if you take a look at the Choctawhatchee, this is where it's really cool. The Choctawhatchee River, look at that, folks. It is shooting up. We're looking at it's at a 2.7 now, and by tomorrow night, it's going to shoot up to 6.7 foot and start dropping on out Sunday. But that's that rain we're having up in there. That's a really good situation there. So it's going to be rising fast tomorrow. If you're on the Choctawhatchee River tomorrow, it's going to be rising fast. It's going to have a 4-foot rise. So you know, if you're up under a tree or something and fishing and that limb hits you, you know what's going on. Carl Burnham Marine Specialist tide chart. We have some good strong tides. Today is the 23rd. We're looking at a low tide at 5:52 this morning and a high tide at 7:40. We had a good 2-foot range today and tomorrow. Really strong tides, looking good right there. Every Friday we take a hello to our folks at Seaquarters Marina down in Carabel. Very good sponsors and very active outdoorsmen down in that area, down in Carabel, the Seaquarters Marina there. Okay. Hope things are going well with you. Okay, I got Perry subbing in for Jeff this morning. I got him running around, got so much going on. Talking about the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year was each year we're talking about it during the show. Yesterday was the shortest day of the year. Today is going to be a little bit longer. And the solstice means it's an old Latin term for sun standing still. And my wife told me I didn't explain it well enough on this winter solstice. So let me tell you again what happened. Here's what happened yesterday on the winter solstice, okay? Here we are right here. In the wintertime, we're tilted. See this line right here? We're in the northern hemisphere. We're tilted away from the sun. Now, we're away from the sun, so therefore, that's why we're going into cold weather coming up. As you come on around way over here, this is summer solstice, and see how we tilted toward the sun? That's the northern hemisphere. That's why it's hot there. So 6 months from now will be the longest day of the year, and right here will be the winter solstice yesterday, and we're tilted away from the sun. And what's going on? Our coldest months, of course, will be February, but the reason for that is that in February, the water temperature in the oceans all over the northern hemisphere, that water temperature and it's held the sun and all, so we really won't cool down until February. It's like in summer, the summer solstice is in June, but the hottest part is in August because the same deal with the water cooling off and then getting really hot, and it really heats up by August, so it's always a month or two behind. That's what happens on our solstice, okay? Hope you have your science lesson for this morning. So we're going to take our first break and be right back.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Panama Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced cataract surgery using lifestyle lens implants, which allow you to see all distances glasses-free. Our surgeons perform this quick and painless procedure at our accredited surgery center. When it comes to your vision, trust your local experts in surgical eye care. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. Built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
Come join the Panhandle Outdoors team just in time for the holidays. Beat the rush and stock up on our team shirts and hats in a wide variety of colors and sizes. For your convenience, we offer a Panhandle Outdoors shop at panhandleoutdoors.net. Simply visit our website and click shop to bring in the holiday season. Be a member of the Panhandle Outdoors team, Florida's only live daily outdoor show.
All right, welcome back, folks. It's with a heavy heart I come to you this morning and talk about this. Most of you all may or may not have heard that we lost Captain Richard Holley yesterday. Richard was a dear friend of mine and was such a valuable person in our whole community and part of my book, Full Box. And I want to send our condolences out to the family. He was just a special person, Richard was. He came from the Holley clan that started over in Point Washington, the Chat Holley group, and they all scattered out, and Richard ended up over here. His dad was A.R. Holley. A.R. Holley started as a captain running some boats with the Davis Queen fleet, and Richard followed in the footsteps. Richard was telling me as an 8-year-old, growing up in St. Andrews, his first job was to sell these finger tabs to the snapper fishermen when they were hand lining, and he didn't sell them, he rented them for 3 cents a piece, and he was able to keep 1 penny from that 3 cents. That was his first job, and later on became deckhand. And as he came on through, growing up as a teenager, he ended up going into the service, and his dad passed away in 1968, and Richard came back here and became a captain for the Davis Queen fleet and went on through the whole route and had a boat of his own, and just a very successful captain was one thing, but he was just such a warm and affable person. He just loved being around Richard Holley. And for the past 6 years, he and I were very close and shared a lot of things together. I want to show a couple of pictures here. Do we have it set up yet? Let's show this first one right here. Okay, this is Richard there in the middle. This was a normal trip. That's Lee Kinder and his bunch. This is a normal trip for Richard. About 1,600 pounds of snapper and grouper and all. And like I said, Richard ran the boats and everything, and for many, many years, he actually ended up writing a book all in the shoes of a fisherman about growing up in St. Andrews, and it was such a good book, and enjoyed it so much, and it did a good story on it. People that we were talking the other day, the people that knew Richard, everybody just loved Richard Holley. It's as simple as that. If you knew Richard, he always had that warm smile, and we would talk about different things in the past, and even doing the book and all, we talked about just growing up. He was so fond of St. Andrews, and here's a picture. This one picture. This is how I always remember Richard Holley, always smiling like this, and that's him on his boat there. But Richard had gotten sick about 6 months ago. This is a picture of his family here. I may have to just hold it here. This is one of his final pictures here. Richard was a devoted husband, just a loving father. Check this out right here. His grandchildren of his were just the apple of his eye. Richard taught Sunday school. He taught Sunday school, and let's go back to this picture here, okay? And over at Lynn Haven Presbyterian, he had a senior group, the older group there, and often he would tell me, he would often share his Sunday school lesson with me. But see, the past 6 years, Richard and I became really close. After the show ended every morning at 6 o'clock, I'd go down to Flapjacks and meet Richard for breakfast, and we'd sit there and talk, and we would share our heartaches and our triumphs in life, and really had just a wonderful time. He'd always have such a positive comment on the Panhandle Outdoor Show. Something I did he liked, or he'd always mention something positive, and he always reinforced everybody. And he'll be just greatly missed okay, that's good. He'll just be greatly missed. I want to send my condolences to his wife Rhonda and the girls Amy and April. They were just sweethearts. They have a child of their own now, and Richard leaves such a legacy and such a void in many hearts. But Richard's in a better place this morning, I guarantee you. And I want to send our loving thoughts and prayers to them. And visitation will be Monday, and the funeral will be Tuesday. And you'll read in the paper about the exact times. I don't want to know the exact times, but I went by there yesterday, and the family's doing well, and they just they sorely miss Richard, and as we all do, and we just want to give our condolences to the family. And I was thinking last night, this out of my book, Full Box, I have my Full Box Cruise. That's going to be about the 17th funeral I'm going to go to out of the legacy these men have left in Bay County and the surrounding area, our heritage there. So again, Captain Richard Hawley, calm seas to you, Richard. Now we got about a minute and a half video like we want to jump into, and then we'll come back to we're going to give away a bag of oysters and a red snapper a little bit later. Okay, let's watch this video.
When you stop by Blue Water Outriggers, you will find everything for your outdoor adventure. Stock up on all your favorite brands and shop for some of the latest outdoor gear and accessories. You can also shop online and have your orders delivered straight to your home. Our flagship store is nestled right off of Highway 98 in the Port City Shopping Center, just steps away from the Port St. Joe Marina. You will love our selection, our prices, and our friendly service. Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our two locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
Captain's Cove Marina, designed with fishermen in mind. Easy access to the best fishing along Florida's Forgotten Coast. Deep sea fishing, fly fishing from a kayak, cruising endless miles of bayous, bays, and the intercoastal waterway. Count on the captain's crew to work hard to make your day on the water the best ever. Captain's Cove Marina, 1617 Grouper Avenue, Port St. Joe, 850-227-3357.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed, they build dairy feed, they make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want over to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy it almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Okay, welcome back. Now remember, doe season opens up December 26th through January 1st here in our zone here in the Panhandle. So if you are ready for it, it'll be the Monday after Christmas. So December the 26th through January 1st for They call it antlerless deer season. I've always called it doe season. Okay, I was day before yesterday. I picked up a paper, and I always looking at obituaries, and I saw this picture of a pretty young lady, and I always think, what a tragedy. That's the first impression. What a tragedy when I read it, and it really it hit home with me because of the situation. The young lady was 20 years old, pretty little girl, and I started reading about it, and I said, oh my goodness, I know her parents. Her parents was one of my former students a long time ago. Farrah Haney was one of my students. She married Don Avery, and they had kids, moved off, and their grandparents, they're Ted Haney, and I started reading it, and it says she died from a single car accident. Well, I was down at C&G yesterday, and I was asking Ronnie Groom, he asked me, did I hear about Ted Haney's granddaughter? I said, oh my goodness, that was her. And I said, well, what happened? And folks, what happened? She was coming home from college. We're going to college in Savannah, Georgia, and was headed home to Dublin, Georgia to see her folks and all. And a deer ran out in front of her. She crashed into the deer, and she lost her life by doing that. And, you know, so many times we talk about driving careful at night, and Perry and I was just talking about they have these deer warning devices and all, and what a tragedy here at Christmas time. And again, our condolences will go out to the Haney family and the Farrah and Don, and for the loss of their daughter and granddaughter. So, you know, you just never know. You're 20 years old and healthy and happy, and everything's going on great, and you're headed home for holidays, and a deer runs out in front of you. So, you know, be careful and when you're driving, and just be aware, especially on these country roads that we have them all over the place here on Highway 20, Highway 65, over there Highway 71. There's deer all over the place at night. So just be aware of that. Okay, one of the things I was talking about last-minute presents. Now, we're getting there for the outdoorsmen. When we're talking about last-minute presents, we are down to last minute. And you might want to, if you're going shopping today, you might want to just get a gift certificate. I've gotten a gift certificate from some of the folks in my family from Blue Water and from C&G, and it's just a good idea to pass them out, especially now if you haven't decided what you want to get them. One of the things, the sponsors have been really good. You can write it out to yourself, or you can write it out to the people you're giving it to. But if you want to get something really that's special, just get that gift certificate. It's not too late to get that. I promise you, today and tomorrow there'll be a lot of gift certificates sold. So under the tree Sunday morning. One of the things too, we start talking about doing outdoor things during the Christmas holidays. A lot of folks are out all Christmas long, you know, this whole week and all, and so many neat things doing outdoors. And one of the things, of course, the hunting and fishing. I'm going to do both next week. In fact, I hope we can get some fishing done today. Bill Allen and I were talking yesterday if we can sort of squeeze some time in and get out, especially in the middle part of the day, is a fishing peak period. So see what this wind's going to do, Bill. I'll give you a call after the show. We'll make our plans. But anyway, hunting you start getting serious. To me, you start getting serious after Christmas, between Christmas and about the middle of January. So to me, my most favorite times to hunt. So we'll be doing that. Also, I know a lot of folks maybe even don't hunt and fish. They just like to get out and walk in the woods. And I don't know if you're aware of what we call the Florida Trail. The Florida Trail is just a trail that goes all the way through Florida. It is starts way up here. It's about 1,400 miles. You can walk all the way through Florida. It makes a big loop down here in the center part of the state. But the hiking and all and through the Florida Trail, especially here locally, some really pretty woods, and goes on around Lake Okeechobee through the Everglades and all. And it's just a lot of fun just getting out and walking. And one of the things we can do is just great exercise. If you have a lease, or if you even go in a state park and all, a state park would be excellent walking out in that area. So be ready to do something physical and enjoy yourself. If you like me, eat as much food as me and Perry do during Christmas, you need to get out and do some exercise. So be aware of that. Also, one more thing, when we're coming back after, I'll be back next week, of course, but then we're looking at, really quick, a short period of time before our 1,000th show celebration. It was going to be January the 9th, and we'll be giving away $1,000 worth of gifts on that day. And we're getting a lot of people entering already. If you entered this year now, we're going to start it all over January 1st. We're going to empty the pickle jar. We don't have a lot of them left. There's been a lot of winners. But here's my address. Some of y'all people, if you're not doing it on a computer, if you want to just mail your entrance, 6726 Topher Boulevard, Southport 32409, if you want to enter. And that drawing will be good all year round for any of the giveaways. We'll have a summer sweepstakes, and then we'll do some stuff at random drawing and all that. Now, we promised that we were going to give away today from Tarpon Seafood. I was down there Wednesday afternoon talking to Maria, and she said, let's give away a bag of oysters. So what we're going to do is first we're going to do away a whole red snapper. That'd be great for Christmas. That's the Christmas tradition here, really in the Florida Panhandle, especially along the coastline, was having a big old red snapper for Christmas. So one of y'all may be the lucky winner. All right, the first one we're going to draw out now will be the red snapper. The second one will be a bag of oysters. The red snapper, seriously, we're doing this as a tribute to the old timers. The red snapper and a bag of oysters were what these folks did. That's what they ate for Christmas for so many years. They didn't do smoking turkey and things like that. Okay, the winner of the red snapper, and give me a call afterwards. Okay, let's see, that was a blank one there. Carissa Bell from Bonifay. Carissa Bell. Okay, and the winner of the bag of oysters, Tim Courtney from Panama City. So Bonifay and Panama City are the winners. So y'all give me a call after the show to confirm that you won it, and then I'll call down to Tarpon Seafood and tell them who's going to pick it up. We're going to take our break here and come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your serious money advisor!
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visits.
What do you value? The feel of fertile soil? The smell of fresh-cut grass? The pride of an autumn harvest? The belief that it's not really work if you enjoy it? And above all, the end justifies the tractor. Kubota. Power, versatility, comfort. Everything you value in a tractor.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soul Tractor today.
When you think of a successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short frame and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
Okay, welcome back. Let's get started with our fishing time today, brought to us by Express Lane. Looking at our time this morning, we're looking at 10:41 to 12:41, right in the middle of the day. It should be really nice here on this part of the Panhandle. And tonight we're looking 11:11 to 1:11. Okay, that's 2-hour blocks right there. Now let's get into our Tarpon Seafood, our famous Friday fishing forecast. Let's get into it pretty quick. Let's talk about South Walter County first. Bruce Mixon reported in last night over on Choctahatchee Bay. The viewers, he wanted to first of all wish everybody a Merry Christmas from Bruce, and thank you, Bruce. As for fishing, talked to Tony, one of his best fishing buddies. He said there were a lot of specks in Jolly Bay. He's had a good week on specks. And also keeper specks and reds all weekend, last weekend and all the first part of this week. Caught some nice redfish. Now they're starting to catch some stripers. One big one over in Jolly Bay, and also a 30-plus pounder was caught at the lower end of the Choctahatchee River. So this is the time of year those stripers start coming up in that area. So be aware of that fishing over in Choctahatchee Bay, and the stripers are in. Up in here in Panama City, the water temperature at the end of the pier is 61 degrees. The bonito ruled the rooster again. A lot of bonito being caught this week. The big schools of mullet are still coming out. You know, most of the mullet out the bay, and the big schools of mullet running along the beach. Whiting was the second most fish being caught. December is an excellent month to start catching whiting. Also, blues and redfish were caught along with a few pompano. Excellent tides, and the bay system been really good. We've had strong tides all week. We've had excellent tides. Crooked Creek has had some good speckled trout in it, as also Burnt Mill Creek, and especially over there in the East Bay around Sandy Creek have been really good catches this week of speckled trout. Over in Port St. Joe in Apalachicola Bay, talked to Blair Morgan on Wednesday morning. Surf fishermen doing really good with whiting along the beach right there. The St. Joe Canal is kicking up. You saw in the video this week. Excellent place to get out of the wind. And Apalachicola Bay, over at Whiskey George Creek again, is the hottest area over there. Okay, so that is our fishing report. And you can go online, panhandleoutdoors.net, and the fishing report's here and all the fishing times. You want to go online and pick that up. And also, you want to go online and look at the shop, or also how to throw a cast net, several things on a web page you can look at. We're going to start wrapping things up. I want to, of course, first of all, wish everyone, all of our viewers, a very Merry Christmas. And we always know the reason for the season. Christmas is just a special time of year for everyone, and it is just so special with my family. And speaking of family, I want to wish my son Chip a happy birthday. We had his party last night. My son was born on Christmas morning. So we do his party. He used to do his party on Christmas night, but now we pulled it a couple of days up, and we had a nice party with Chip. So happy birthday, Chip. Now, on Christmas morning when you get up, I know everybody's excited about the presents and all, but I'll tell you what we always do at my house. We always pause and we say a prayer for this past year, for all the things we've gotten this year, and for our family, for our health, for our happiness. And it's not just about material things. It's about getting our family together and giving thanks to the birth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And it's just a special time with our family. And I hope it is with your family. It's always such a good tradition. The grandkids now, to them, of course, it's about those presents and opening up everything. And it's a joyful time. We have a big breakfast and all. And we want all of y'all to have that same spirit and our thoughts and our remember the less fortunate who's lost loved ones, like the Richard Hawley family, the Ted Haney family. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers too, and maybe give them a call and try to cheer them up and all. So we're going to wrap it up with, we'll see you after Christmas next week. Got some really good stuff coming up next week on Panhandle Outdoors. And you do something good for somebody, get all that Christmas shopping done. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.